but I kind of didn't do that. So I've been on
after this point. After this point, I don't want to hear any haters in the comments. I don't want to hear anybody say anything. Alonzo Williams has single-handedly did more for Eazy E posthumously than most people. Safe to say?
Yeah, man. You know what? And people ask me, why you... People, first of all, people thought me and Eazy didn't get along. Me and Eazy got along great, okay? We just had two crazy personalities. I talk shit, he talks shit, okay? So when you got two shit talkers, if you don't understand that relationship, you ain't gonna. If on the outside, you may think we would feud. We never feuded. I mean, of all the cats, like I said many times before on this show, of all the cats that I have coached and mentored, he's the only one that came back after he made money. He's the only one that ever got a check from. He's the only one that ever, you know, I stayed in contact with. I saw Eazy more than I saw Dre or Q. You know, but people have to understand also, Q was my first success story. I mean, I'm sorry. Eazy was my first success story. When Eazy wanted to get it, Eazy followed me around. We would ride around in my car, or he would follow me to Michel'le. He would ride around with me to various places to get his initial ruthless stuff done. When he wanted to go to a lawyer, I took him to my lawyer, Ken Clayton's, guy in Beverly Hills. That was my lawyer. And Eazy wanted the contract. He didn't have a lawyer. I had a lawyer. Come on, man. Come meet my guy. And I'll never forget, we went to the lawyer's office. I was thinking about this the other day. Went to the lawyer's office, and I said, hey, Kent, see, my brother wants to start a record company. And most lawyers got various kind of contracts, okay? You want, how much dick you want in this contract? How much of a fucking do you want to give your artist in this contract? Well, I want a mild fuck.
You want Vaseline? No Vaseline. Okay? A little bit of spit.
So he got the mild contract. And same one I used. It was mild. He controlled everything. He gave us some different. It was a fair contract. No contract is ever going to be in favor of the artist. You can forget about that. It's going to lean heavy in favor of the company, and because the company taking all the risk. And I'll never forget, we were there about 20 minutes. I think this is my partner Eric. He wasn't Eazy E yet. He was still Eric. My partner Eric Kent, just blah, blah, blah. He wanted to get a contract for his record company, Ruthless Records. He goes on the PA. Okay, no problem. Whatever his girl's name, could you print me a contract for Ruthless Records? Yeah. A few minutes later, she walks in with a contract. Homeboy said $600. And Eazy's face like, huh? He said $600. Just like that, dude. It was funny as shit. I said, hey, you want to be in the record business? This is the price you got to pay. He reached in his sock and grabbed a wad of money and counted out $600 cash and paid homeboy. He cried the whole time because he couldn't talk that I ain't got the money shit, okay? The Ruthless logo. You look at that Ruthless logo and look at anything from Crew Cut, it's the same style. Why? It was done by the same guy, Daryl Davis. Daryl Davis was my graphic designer at that time. I took Eazy over to Daryl Davis's house and he got the logo made. I introduced him to Michel'le. I introduced him to Greg Mack. When he first made Boys in the Hood, it wasn't going to get played. I told him it wasn't going to get played, but Greg Mack had to convince him, hey, man, you got to clean it up, blah, blah, blah. And I also introduced him to Jerry Heller. So when you think about our relationship, and like I said, you know, he took all your artists. He didn't take nothing. You can't make a whole stay if she want to leave. Okay, simple as that. And that's just how the game goes. You can't make somebody leave. He took what I built, my formula, and improved it, made it better, made it work for him. I can't get mad about that. I wasn't interested in doing what he was doing. I didn't think it would work. Surprise, it did. So, but that don't mean I'm supposed to get mad at him. Why am I mad? I didn't believe in that. I didn't believe in the concept. I didn't believe in the name. I'm not a gangster, so I couldn't do what they did, and it worked for him. So, as somebody who stood on the sideline and watched that whole situation blow up, make money and turn into what it did, I got to show some love for it because it was, again, he was one of my success stories.
I have a question, Lonzo. Speaking of them having to clean up Boys in the Hood to get it played on radio, what went into making an uncensored version of a song like Boys in the Hood back in the day? Because it's not as easy as today where you can literally just copy, cut, delete, and put it in your bin.
You have to go in, and usually most of the time when they did songs, either they would beep it, they would take a duplicate of the master, there of the 24 track, and wherever there was cussing, they would hit the button, erase that part, and put a beat tone over that. Or they would take the 1-inch master, find out what the cussing is, cut it and flip it over and reverse it, and that's how you did that shit back then. But after a while, it got so irritating because most of the song was yeah, it just got crazy. But that's how they edited songs back in the day. And nowadays, with all the technology, people don't even edit them right half the time. They just try to pass off the custom version. It is what it is.
And there is a uncensored version of Boys in the Hood without the bleeps and all that. He just changed the words around. It's not as good, in my opinion, as the regular one. But that was probably so much work that they just said, "F it, just go in there and record a whole other song, just change some words around."
Right. It was because back then you also had 3 versions. You had the street version, you had the radio version, and you had the Walmart version. Walmart sold more records than anybody else in the country back in the day, and Walmart wasn't carrying nothing with certain content in it. If it wasn't squeaky clean, Walmart was not going to take it. So you had to clean up. Even the street version sometimes couldn't get into Walmart. But the problem was people that got so used to the street versions and the dirty versions, nobody bought the Walmart versions. So the Walmart versions ended up getting returned back to the radio stations, which ended up eating up all the profits from the ones that did sell. So it became a problem for people. Eventually, to start making street versions and street versions and clean versions, but they wasn't Walmart. Just Will Smith could go to Walmart, no problem. NWA, I don't know if everyone went to Walmart. I don't know.
Yeah. And what a trip, Lonzo, that they sold so many millions of copies with very little radio play and not being sold in Walmart. That just shows you just how big the streets were looking for something different back then.
Yeah, it was, man. The streets have changed dramatically. And, and again, for me, a person who's been in the streets for a long time, been around doing what he did, it was, to watch it change, you didn't think it would change that much, that fast, and it did. And it showed up more in the clubs than it did any place else. I mean, clubs no longer were places where people came to party. It was people came to fight. Shit, I'm looking for the enemy up in here. That's I can get my reputation built up. I'm gonna whoop his ass. I get my ass whooped in front of all these people. It just changed the whole vibe of the streets and the club.
Yeah. So at in Compton yesterday, I got a chance to meet 4 out of, I believe, the 7 of Eazy E's children. All great people.
There was 5 there, right?
Oh yeah, there were 5. Never mind. Erica
5.
did show up after.
Right.
Very beautiful, by the way. Yeah, it was really dope to meet them. What is your relationship, if you have any, with all the ones that were there? Lil E.
Lil E and I go back since he was a baby. Erica bring him by the house back in the day, no problem. The other ones I just met for the first time. Yesterday was the first time I'm meeting any of them outside Lil E. I was with Lil E about 3 weeks ago at Yella's anniversary party. We all sit at the same table. Him and Yella tour together all the time. And, we always run into each other. Nothing but love. Just nothing but love, Doc.
Now, what about the other ones? Did you get to hang out with them as much?
No, not at all. Yesterday was the first time I met most of them. I've seen them. Okay. I've seen them in passing, but I never really met them. They don't know who I am. They know of me. They don't know our relationship with their dad like Lil E does.
That's dope, man. Great time. And once again, Lonzo, congratulations, and congratulations to all the players involved, and congratulations to West Coast hip hop and the city of Compton. This is huge. And just thank you as a hip hop fan, as a hip hop supporter, lover of hip hop, specifically Eazy E and N.W.A, because that's the reason I fell in love with hip hop. I was listening to Fat Boys and Run DMC and all that before then, but when I heard Eazy E's voice, it was something different, and to this day, he's one of my favorites. So thank you, Lonzo, and if you guys are enjoying what you're hearing tonight, please hit that like button if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if this is your first time joining the channel and you like what you hear. We have plenty of Eazy E material on this channel, so just type in Not Without Alonzo Eazy E and go down that rabbit hole.